Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to Reader's Retreat. I want to talk about TBRs. Why do we do them? Why don't we do them? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they evil? Probably the answer to all those is yes and no. So the true answer is a maybe. So TBRs. That's where you go and look at TBRs. That's where you find books either from the library or from your own collection, and you go, I want to read this month. Sometimes you read them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a mountain, other times you feel like an almond joy. So, hey Paul, how are you? I was wondering how everything was going. Had you on my mind while you was going through that stuff today. If anybody wants to come up, they're more than welcome to. I mean, you need talking about TBRs. What are TBRs? Why do we do them? And all that nice stuff. Are they good? Are they evil? How do you select your TBRs? Now, when Paul gets up here, hey, Big Matt, how you doing, bud? How you doing? So, this is a TBR chat. I was going to have something else. I even named it something else. And then after I uh, created this stuff, I changed it to TBR chat. Well, that's good. If anybody wants to come up today, Dad, you come on up. We're just talking about TBRs, and thing is, you can do a TBR with almost anything, including fishing. You can make plans for a whole month. I'm going to go fishing on this day, that day. It just has, I mean, with fishing, you have to read the weather. So that's even a TBR. TBR does stand for to be read. I did put the link in there if anybody wants to come up. Hey, Rebel. So, trying to get Paul up here, but he's probably not feeling well. He he's had a lot to do today. Some people create TBRs for readathons. That's what I did for October. I created the readathon. Frostbite created the readathon. And I should be done with Rage in the morning, if not sooner. Depends if I read any after after tonight. Yeah. And he's already in the basement. He snuck up on me. Hey, how did everything go? Everything go okay?
Oh, it seems to be okay. We just got to wait on results in a couple
And
weeks to
he's
see what
already in the
happens.
basement.
Hold on, let me
He snuck up on me.
get that out of here.
Hey, how did everything go? Everything go? That's me, that, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, you just got to wait a couple weeks for results to see how it is. So just
That's
hoping
good.
on the best, see what goes on from there. But now I'm appointment free for a good month.
Yeah.
But Saturdays, I don't know if anybody knows, but Saturday's a family day. So I figured do whatever I can do the rest of the day. And then Saturday, we're just going to probably just sit around and watch movies or TV or something. Just get our minds in some house.
Well, since this is about TBR thing, me, you, and Erica did come up with a new way to create TBR.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna go by, even though I did it, winner or loser, I'm still gonna go by whichever's the least amount. If I have less winners or less losers, those are going to be the ones starting November 1st. And I'm going to try to get them done by the end of November, because then when the next week starts, that'll be December. Right. Hey, Rebel. Hey, Big Matt.
And even though we're all three doing the same thing, we're all three doing it different, because Erica's doing just the losers.
She's got the smallest library.
And Frostbite's doing which one depends, and I'm doing any of them that I win. So 3 different ways that you can do it.
Well, we hope you win a lot then.
Oh, well, I started out good last night. That's one thing I can say. That might be the only one I win.
And the only way I'm getting a month off is if I get them all right, or if there's 16 games, if I get 8 right, 8 wrong, then I'll call it a month off. But getting exactly 8 and 8, it's not easy.
So to say that means Eric can take a month off if she wins more than 8, or at least 8.
If she gets half of them right or half wrong, or gets every single one right, then we're giving her the month off.
Okay.
But how hard is it to get every single one right?
Well, I'm pretty good at getting almost all of them wrong.
Just try harder.
I am trying harder. I actually won on Thursday night this time.
And me and Paul lost.
Yeah, you started out the week right. You got the first win. I probably lost on a Thursday. But I will give credit for the Lions. I don't hate the Lions. And at first, I was hoping the Lions would have won it, but I was just taking a chance on a different team.
I knew it was just going to go either or.
And now I hope the Lions win the division. Because it's been since, 92 or 96 since they won the division? It's been a long time.
Right. And I don't know what the Raiders are doing. They are giving away their best player to the Buffalo Bills.
Why? They must want to be the worst team.
It must be. Well, the Bears did it last year, and they actually got the first round draft pick, but they traded it off to Panthers, and Panthers screwed that up.
I think they're trying to make the Panthers, Broncos, and Bears look better.
But it ain't working.
Not too good. But anyway, so I already got a book I have to read, and so does Erica.
Have you started, Erica?
No.
What's a holdup? See, I can tell her that. What's a holdup?
Well, the thing is, the good thing about her, she can start in October if she wanted to, and let it carry through November if she gets too many.
I want to wait till all the games are over with.
She wants to wait till at least Sunday and Monday games are over with.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I did initially say I was going to start it right away, But I do want to wait till, hey, Chairman, I do want to wait till Monday's games are over. That way I have a whole stack to start. Or I'll prepare for November.
Well, I'm going to be preparing it for November because I already got 6 books I have to read. So, and I'm almost done with the Rage. I got maybe 60-some pages left.
Yay, now you can tell us how bad it was at the end.
Oh, it's terrible. I don't have to wait for the end.
Imagine listening to it on an audiobook with a very monotone voice.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, no.
That's what I did. It took forever. It took like a month to finish it.
And no matter what voice I give that story, it doesn't make it any better.
Oh, if we were listening to it when we were going to bed, we'd be out like a light.
Yeah, I would put you to sleep. It was so bad. You got problems falling asleep, listen to it on audio. You'll go right to sleep.
Right. But, yeah, so we're doing, we gave each team in NFL a book. And whatever team wins, that's the book I have to read. No. If I get it right, then that's the book I have to. But if I get it wrong, I don't have the book on there.
Yeah, I'm doing the least amount. If I get more wins, then I got to read the losses. If I got more losses, I got to read the wins.
Well, you're sticking around 8, 9, 10.
As long as I do better than 8, I'll be okay.
Or worse.
And the main reason I wanted to do it, there's a lot of them I've opened I just never went back to. So I just want to finish them.
That's what I did. I put a lot of teams, I gave them books that I've had for years and never read.
And I've already replaced the book for next week for the game that I've lost. I already added a book to it.
I haven't did that yet.
Yeah. I just did it because I lost. So, okay, well, this is a book I'm going to read in November, or probably the one I'll read in November, depending on how many I lose or win. So I've already replaced it so I can add to it for December for the next week.
But I've been noticing a dumb thing I did. There are some of these books I gave to teams that is very, very thick, over 500 and some pages, like Dune.
And I started thinking about it. It's like, well, no matter what I win or lose, maybe I'm meant to finally finish these books.
Yeah, that's right.
I figure I'll let fate and destiny do it for a change.
Right. But the book I get to read in November from last night's game is Winner Counts.
The one I'm going to read is Project God. With all the cloning and DNA and stem cells and 3D printing, it talks about, well, pretty much going into the hospital when your wife is pregnant or your girlfriend, and pretty much ordering your own blonde, blue-eyed kid, so to speak. You want them street smart. You want them book smart. You can kind of see where that's going in the world, though.
Yeah. I want them just like me. Can you do that? Because I think I'm street smart and book smart.
Yeah, but you haven't been 3D printed yet or cloned.
No.
It might get there someday.
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge, yeah.
I mean, Lord knows what these cameras and the traffic lights can do nowadays.
Yeah, you never know what the doctors are going to do with your blood when they take it, or the nurses.
Right.
And they seem to take more and more every time we go to the doctor.
Yep.
Yeah, at one time it was one little tube, then it was two little tubes. I think I'm up to about 4 or 5 little tubes.
I'm up to 5.
So, what happened to that one little tube that did everything?
Exactly.
Uh,
Well,
But-
between that, robotics, cyborgs, androids, you never know what the future's going to bring.
well, if I'm a cyborg, I ain't gonna go there. Not with the $1 million hips. No.
Well, I put it this way: it could be a real scary future. And with the God particle at CERN and everything, you throw all that stuff together, it could be a really scary future.
Oh yeah. I mean, even that ghost ship I'm reading, it's not. It's a lot of politics, but at the same time, the way that he writes the politics, it's not bothering me.
Well, that and the fact that it's a book, you don't have to agree with the politics.
Right.
It's not like you're in a room having the political
But the
discussion.
thing is, here's the thing: when I read the politics, I can actually see it happening today, as he put it in that book.
Yeah,
You know, as far as someone coming up with a thing where nobody can hack, and
yeah.
someday somebody's going to hack everything.
Just like someday money could change. We could have a whole new money thing in the States. You never know.
Oh, that's going to suck.
Actually, they're planning on changing our money in 2024.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen because Biden gets thrown out in 2024.
Yeah, that and the fact that
No.
article,
The House has already passed it.
It doesn't matter.
We've been talking about it for
We're apparently going to
You know why?
an electronic dollar.
Okay, the thing is, Chairman, I don't know where you're getting your information, but the information I got on that is he signed that bill without it going to the House or Senate.
all I know is
heard
I
it
saw.
passed. I heard on the news that it passed the House.
See, I heard on the news that Biden signed it, but it never went to the House or the Senate. He did it behind their backs.
Weird.
Then it's not legal. It's got to go through both of those and the
Right.
president.
Right.
Weird.
And
I
I did.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I did see in the UN they did 23 countries that were not gonna. Starting in 2030, they said they're not accepting American currency starting in 2030. But that's a ways from now. So,
But to go with what Chairman said, England is already experimenting with the electrocurrency.
yeah.
China is already experimenting.
I mean, we have Bitcoin and all that already here. So, invisible money you can't touch.
Thing is, it's going to be piss poor because the thing is, that just means if you buy something that the government don't agree with, they can take all your money away from you.
They can shut it off. Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah. What do you guys think of basic living expense? There was a candidate last year, an Asian candidate, Andrew Yang. He was talking about a basic living expense to try to get homeless people off the street. I just wanted an honest opinion.
Well, it'd be nice if they can get the homeless people off the street, but the thing is, it's going to take not only someone to flip the bill on that, but the people on the street is going to want to be off the street.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them does, but you got your drug addicts on the street that doesn't want to be off the street. They enjoy just where they are.
Yeah, and I have talked to some people. They said they'd rather be free and live out either off the grid or on the street. That's just them, though. But
Right.
we're talking to people that want to get off the street.
Right.
That's
But the thing is that concurrency thing ain't the only thing, the only bill that Biden signed without going to the House or Senate. He did that on 3 different bills.
and I will agree. There's too many illegals coming in the U.S.
Yeah.
No.
Way
kidding.
too many. And we're talking Florida, Texas, and everywhere.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's a big one too.
what pisses me off though is they come in and they're there with the government's there with $3 million to hand to them, but they can't take care of the poor here in this country.
That's what they were talking about. That's what Andrew Yang was talking about on the YouTube channel earlier today. He goes, he's actually seen it where they go across the border from Texas, all the southern tip of Texas, and they actually give them bus tokens, jobs, places, food, places to live, and everything pretty much they want. They send them on a bus or a plane, give them free plane tickets, send them right to Chicago. So now Chicago's like living in Panama or Venezuela or Peru. It's not even, Chicago's not even American anymore.
Mm-mm. Well, as far as Biden cares, America ain't American. You hear what he said the other day in one of the speeches?
No, I've just heard about all the illegals coming into Florida and Texas.
He actually said, America ain't nothing, in so many words.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
He is seen now than anything.
I mean, I have no problem with, I'm going to say this the right way. I have no problem with legal immigrants coming.
Right.
But when you're letting all these people come in just for the hell of it and I'm giving them anything that they want,
Right.
like you said, when we have homeless people, we have drug addicts, we have this, that, whatever, we need to take care of first. There's a problem.
Right.
We can't help out everybody. Ukraine, that's just an example, but we can't help all these countries we want to be at unless we take care of ourselves first.
Right. Well, let's get back to the TBR. We got off of it a little bit. But I think it's going to be fun doing this new way of TBR. Everybody's coming up with a new way. There's people doing games. There's people doing a lot of other stuff that we mentioned in other broadcasts. But nobody has ever signed teams, books, and then go with those. We are the first ones to do that, to my knowledge.
And maybe we can get enough people to do it to where somebody can go buy basketball, hockey, football, or something else. There's nothing wrong with it.
That's a whole lot more teams.
Now, if you went by college teams, you'd have a huge TBR.
Yeah, that's for the people. College teams is for the people that says they read 30 to 50 books a month.
Yeah, and we all know a lot of that's a bunch of you-know-what.
So, especially when they hold up nothing but anything over 500 pages.
The one I thought was funny is I saw one 2 years ago. Single mother, 2 kids, going to college and reading 50 books a month. What are they, 25 pages a book? Because there's no way, it's impossible.
Right. Now, there is some booktubers that's honest. And they actually tell you that they are reading kids' books.
Yeah. Well, see, that's different too. Goosebumps and all that, you can kind of burn through it. But I'm looking at novels at least 250 pages. There's no way to do
a regular novel
a month.
That's what I call a regular novel, and 250 on up. The westerns used to be novels, but now they're considered more of a novella because they're only like 100 and some pages long. Most of your westerns from back in the day.
No, unless you're like my stepmom, retired, doesn't get out much, gets a ride everywhere they need to go, they could do a King book a day. But they're retired, and that's all they do.
Well, I'm retired. I just can't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got other responsibilities, but I mean, that's pretty much all she does. She gets her
Right.
meals and all that taken care of. That's a whole nother story.
Right. I mean, it's just like today on Rage, I stopped on page 400, I think. I got 60 some more pages to go. I should be able to burn that in the morning before I even get done with my coffee, before I do anything online or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm trying to do, is read that without being online and stuff, and just get it over with.
Yeah, just finish it off if it's that bad.
I just don't want to DNF it. I want to gripe about it. But I can guarantee I ain't gonna read no more of that character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might pick up those other book or two that you mentioned the other day.
Yeah, the single novel's okay, but the series are. I know they hate to say. I know a lot of booktubers hate to say something bad about a book, but Elevation, you had to say for King. You know that was terrible.
That was as the worst book he ever came out with.
And
Next to the worst for me is Wendy's Button Box.
And if you're a King fan, a horror fan, there's nothing wrong with saying. I bet he even thought it was a terrible book.
Probably. But, well, for one thing, he didn't get to say hardly nothing in there because he kept it nice and short. I mean, it is one of the skinniest books he ever came out with.
Yeah.
If not the skinniest book.
We did finish watching The Children of the Corn. It's a whole completely different story than the original.
Okay.
It explains the story a lot more. The kids are a little more psycho or nuts than they were in the first movie, but it does explain it more. Overall, it all depends on what you like. If you prefer the old one, but the new one does explain it more. The kids kind of go into how they're a little more psycho, why they are, what's really in the cornfield.
Right.
So,
okay. So now I just have to find the short story, Children in the Cornfield.
yeah, Children of the Corn, the new. I don't know if they made the book on the new version of the movie, but I just preferred the new one, which is really weird because I never do.
Well, the true question is, because I never read the story.
Yeah, Night Shift I have read and seen the movie.
Okay. So which movie do you think stuck closest to the book?
See, I've never read the book, but I've seen the movie. Oh. See, that you would have to tell me because I never read the book, but I have seen both versions.
I haven't read the book. I mean, well, the short story. It is a short story. And sometimes those short stories comes out better movies than the bigger books because they can actually put almost everything in the short story into the movie.
Yeah, I forgot to look to see if it came out in 22 or 23, but it is the new version of it.
Hey, Yonanyak. No, we're just talking about how different people comes up with different ways to make their TBRs for the month. Or here recently, I found that a lot of booktubers are doing it more weekly than they are monthly now.
See, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I need to check that out. I guess it depends on if you prefer a monthly or a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Weekly be hard because sometimes it takes at least a week to read a book.
Right.
I can't always finish a book in a week. I'll be honest.
I'm trying to finish the book in 3 days. I started it last night. Got up to bed. I'm hoping to be done with it by midnight tomorrow night. If I can, that's a different question altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I like Pet Cemetery too, Rebel. That isn't. I have to say the book's a lot better than any of the movies.
That's why it's question. I'm at a big question mark of how they're doing Pet Cemetery 2 that comes out this Halloween.
Not the second one.
Well, we know they ain't going to be connected to the book.
Okay, my fault. Erica corrected me. It's not the second. It's the third one. The third movie. Because 2 came out a while ago, so this is actually part 3.
Okay. I didn't know part 2 came out.
Yeah, I've forgotten about it.
The second one came out years ago.
No, there was the original Pet Cemetery, and then there was a remake of Pet Cemetery.
No, that wasn't a remake.
Well, it's not said. It's not called Pet Cemetery 2. It's just called Pet Cemetery.
Actually, Pet Cemetery 2 came out in 92.
See?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't.
Came out in 1992, and the new one's called Bloodlines. Comes out this year.
But the thing is, part 2 and part 3, they'll have no book for it to fall on.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because usually the books come out first.
Okay.
But I never heard of it.
I didn't know it came out back in 92, though. That's a while.
I just heard of the original and the remake. Guys, I got both of those on the same thing, the original and the remake.
The new one is supposed to be the remake.
The new one, Bloodlines?
Yeah.
Okay, because according... Okay, I am confused then.
Hold on.
The one that came out in 92 wasn't a remake.
Where is it? I know I have it. We were talking about this the other day.
October 6th is when the new one comes out. It's a follow-up to the beloved classic, the first one. So it's like a remake of the second movie. And they are adding stuff to it.
There it is. See, here's the two I'm talking about. This is the original and the remake.
Okay. And then I found out that the second one did come out in 92. And they said the third one, Bloodlines, is a remake, which are adding stuff to of the second one. Which comes out October 6th. And I know how you feel about Salem's Lot, but next year they're doing the remake of that one.
A second remake?
Yes. Comes
They
out
already did the remake.
late 24.
Huh. So, yeah, I was talking about the original and the remake that they did, of Pet Cemetery, which is right there. I mean, this ain't part 2 or anything. It's just the remake of the original. And I kind of like the original. I like the original better than the second one.
Do you remember the short story, The Monkey?
Right.
That movie's in development right now.
So the third movie is going to be actually a remake of part 2.
Yeah, the remade, updated, added to. So they're going to add a bunch of stuff they said they should have put in it and never did.
And this is why I usually just read the books. I don't
Mhm.
watch very many movies. It really is. Because to me, the books is the real original.
And the story, The Life of Chuck, from the book If It Bleeds, that's in production already.
I haven't read the book. I got it. I haven't read it, though. Yes, I haven't seen the remake of The Shining, and I have to say that the remake stayed closer to the book than the original.
Okay, what do you think about The Dark Tower? They're doing a movie and a TV show based on it.
Well, I know there's a series, a miniseries that they had out on it. And right now, I'm only about to start book 4.
And I have not read Fairy Tale, but they're saying 2025, it's already in production. And I am really curious of this one. In development, 2025, 2026, The Regulators.
I got that right down there, too. No, that's Desperation. I need to get Regulators.
Regulators and Desperation, those were 2 of my favorites.
I did buy some books I should have bought this month, but I went out and bought classics today. I don't have them yet. They'll be here Tuesday.
And Billy Summers, the miniseries. They also want to do a production of 11/22/63, Castle Rock, and Lindsay's Story.
Lindsay's Story, I really don't see that making good box office.
Yeah, same with Later. 2021 novel Later. I'm really not looking forward to that one. The re-updated version of Christine. They figure it's over 40 years old, so they want to do it.
Well, the thing is, the only reason why they're wanting to do it because they can't come up with their own stuff.
Yeah. And you remember Different Seasons by Stephen King?
Right, I got it.
There was one story called The Breathing Method. They want to make a movie out of that one. And the one I'm curious to see, The Talisman.
Right. But didn't they only make The Talisman one time?
Yeah, oh man. I'm going to go nuts. Remember how we were just talking about Elevation?
Yeah.
They already started filming a movie.
Oh my God.
No, there's no way I'll watch that.
Nuh-uh. I mean, that is King's worst book he ever wrote.
And do they really have to do the remake of The Running Man?
No, they don't have to make any remakes of anything. But they're going to do it because they can't think of nothing on their own.
Yeah, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, The Long Walk.
Okay, now there's the book I haven't read, but I don't know if I would ever get into it.
It wasn't bad.
Ready?
Now remember the story, The Long Walk. Surprised they're making out a movie about that.
I thought they already made a movie about that a long time ago, though.
They want to do an updated version.
Mm.
Revelation, never heard of.
Oh, I got Revelation, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not really a good book. It's better than the other one.
And they want to make a new updated version of Maximum Overdrive. You know what? Remember that story. We know that story real well.
Oh, yeah. That's back when we were young.
Hold on, I got a call. I don't know.
I mean, King has a lot of good books, and the ones that have been made into movies, a lot of them has been slaughtered. And people will find out I'm not a big movie buff. I prefer books over movies.
I think this one might be an interest to Erica, the TV miniseries of Carrie.
Mm. That's going to be kind of hard to make a miniseries, I would think.
Yeah, I would think that too. The Dark Half.
It made a good movie. I just don't see it making a good series.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read The Dark Half.
Right.
And the same with From a Buick. And the Institute we both read. They want to make a miniseries because the book is so long.
I haven't read the Institute yet. I got on my
Excellent book. But you may be interested in Sleeping Beauties, the miniseries.
Okay, Rebel says he's seen the remake of Carrie.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I don't think I ever watched the remake. The original was bad enough for me. Even though I like the story plot and stuff, I just didn't. I don't like. I'm not a big Sissy Spexik fan.
Yeah. Now, I know they did the book on Sleeping Beauties. They've done a comic book and graphic novel. Now they want to do a miniseries on it. Joyland. There's one I'm curious of.
Jordan, I read that way back in the 70s.
Yeah, they want to do a TV miniseries.
That could be done with that.
The update of the Tommy Knockers.
Okay.
The Gingerbread Girl in development.
Right. Now,
We
the
never
thing is, the Colorado Kid. Okay. The Colorado Kid wasn't made into a miniseries, but they took that book and made a miniseries of what happened afterwards.
Okay.
And they based it in Maine, and it's and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of the name of it because it was not too long ago before since it had been canceled, but it stayed on for years. I can't think of the name of it though. But that was based for what happened after the book.
Now, I haven't even heard the book Rose Madder in a while. They
Yeah.
want to do a movie of that one.
They did that too.
Yep, they want to do an updated version.
It wasn't too long ago, I didn't think. I mean, I don't think it's been 20 years since that movie's been made.
Like you said, they're running out of ideas. So
Yeah. They need to visit the library and see a lot of books that,
I'm talking about TBRs. I've seen somebody actually with a blindfold on one TBR. They just had their bookshelf and kind of picked one with a blindfold on.
But I've even did where I have people pick a number, then I count the bookshelf, and then have then have them pick another number and count the book until I come up with that number, and then pull that book and read it. I did that myself.
But we got the original idea. So.
Yeah. But
and as long as it's a book you've never read and it's not part of a series.
Yeah.
Because if it's part of a series, you can cheat.
You talking about on the NFL thing?
Yeah.
No, that sucks because there is the book I'm reading that is part of the series that I have on there.
How about if it's part of a series, you got to start at book one?
But I'll figure out what I'll go there sometime and find out which one I put it on, and then give it a different book.
Unless you open it up, it says you do not read the previous books to understand this one.
Well, no, it's the first book of the of this. I've already started it. It's the first book of the series,
Okay.
and I just put it on there. So if I get it, then I get to finish it. So I had to remember that because I might have put in a few series. Because
So that's your cheat code. If you pick up a book from a series and it's not book one, just flip over to book one so it's easier.
well, the thing is, like I need to start book 4 of the Dark Tower. So I think I got that in there. I mean, it's the book that I should be going to.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do the series. I don't put all the series in there. Just one book, like the Dark Tower one. It's the book I need to read. That's
It would be funny if you did your picks and the first book you had to pick was the last book of the Dark Tower series, and then you got to read them backwards.
Well, as I said, I don't have the last book on the NFL thing.
Oh, okay.
I only have book 4 on there.
I think that'd be funny though.
But here's the one that is.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, me neither. But there's a buffalo on it, and it's about Denver. It's about drug cartel. But if you look at the thing, what I see is a buffalo, and what I see is it should have been like back in the 1800s. A Western type buffalo story.
I'm just wondering what year it takes place in.
I don't think it says. Like, no, it doesn't. It is about the Indian reservation. Well, now there's okay. Okay. Says Virgil Wounded Horse is a local enforcer on the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota. When justice is denied by the American legal system or the tribal council, Virgil is hired to deliver his own punishment, the kind that's hard to forget. But when heroin makes its way onto the reservation and finds Virgil's nephew, his vigilantism suddenly becomes personal. And then on down here goes the fellow to lead to Denver to find that drug cartels and rapidly expanding and forming new and terrifying alliances. But it doesn't give me a year.
Now, I did look it up. It does say the first book of the series.
What?
Winter Counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the first book of the series.
Supposed to be just a novel. That's what it says right there. A novel. Is it by the same guy?
Yeah, the second one's called Wounded Horse. Just came out on 2021.
I did order the other one from Isabel.
Okay.
I did order that. I ordered 4 or 5 books of Charles Dickens, and I ordered 4 or 5 books of the guy that wrote the Three Musketeers and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm waiting on my sister get here between 6:30 and 7, and that's when I'm going to eat. She's bringing home Chinese. Oh.
Well, the reviews seem to be pretty good for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying a lot of them I've been getting from Book of the Month Club, but I've only been doing the thrillers, horror, and every once in a while historical, uh, but not very many. But that's the first book I get to read in November, and that's the way I'm going to do it. Is the first book, like Lions was the first team to win this week. So in November, Winter Counts will be the first book I read.
Okay. Winter Counts says named one of the best thriller, crime, and suspense novels ever. So hopefully you'll like it.
Yep. I wasn't sure about it when I bought it, but I go, hey, it was under thriller, and then when I got it, the book says novel instead of thriller.
And when I looked it up, it says where it takes place.
Yeah. Dakota.
Yeah, 200 miles southeast of Mount Rushmore on South Dakota's Rosebud Indian Reservation.
Yeah. I'd never heard of it, so.
No, I've never been that way, but my sister and her husband, they've been out to the Black Hills. And I know there is a reservation out there, but I just didn't know where.
Well, the thing is, I've been to the one here, but I can't tell you the name of it because I didn't care what the name of it. I wanted to go and talk to some people.
There you go.
I don't look at them and like been on resident. I mean, I think that's the biggest slap the whites did to the Indians. But was say you have to live here, nowhere else.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy. So we're talking about how people get the TBRs. We're sliding off on other stuff, but mainly we're trying to stick to TBR. Now, Mandy comes up with some good ideas for TBRs.
Yeah, that's what I think. That'd be a good idea. How she picks hers, or she changes it every month or every year.
Yep. But like I said, ours is going to be awesome because nobody's ever did that. And we're the first three, the original three to join to do this.
Now we just got to stick to it.
Yes. Year after year. And we can switch it up year after year.
Yep.
You know, it'd be funny if they did an expansion. That'd be even more books every month. I don't even know when the next. I was going to look that up the other day, and I forgot. What is the next NFL expansion?
Probably next year, I thought.
When is the next NFL expansion? Oh.
They probably don't even know.
Yeah, they just said they're always looking into new teams, but they haven't decided when or if they're going to do it.
Well, I heard they were supposed to add 2 more this year, but they didn't. So I'm figuring they were going to add the 2 next year. Because they were supposed to add one from, I was thinking they were supposed to add one from Germany and one from Mexico to it. But, yeah. So Winter Counts is my first book for November. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I'm kind of not. So it all depends. But came out in 2020. September 2020 when this came out. So how you been, Mandy? I'm still going to get you up here on my panel one of these days, girl.
Now, they said the problem is they need 24 or more teams to allow the expansion. That's all they're waiting on. But they have like 30 new teams that want to join, including the one you said, London, Mexico City, and a bunch of other ones.
All right. But,
yeah, Mandy, how do you pick yours? Or have you picked it for November yet?
No, I did pick mine for October, but we're doing the NFL for November.
Oh, sorry you're in pain today.
But you're seeing something I haven't. Okay. Okay. I see it after you already answer it. So I go, okay, I'm waiting on
The only reason I see it first is it comes up on my phone quicker.
Oh. Well, if I turn it over to YouTube, I'll probably see it faster.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry your allergies acting up. And believe me, I know about allergies. I haven't took my snorter today, and I could tell it. But yeah, I think it's going to be cool the way that we're going to assign a book to each NFL team, and they have to win for me to read them, and that's a miracle right there if they do that. I mean, come on. Last week, I only got 4 right. I would have gave me 4 books.
Then we can create it called the Sports TBR. You can pick any sports team.
Now, the thing is, are we doing this every week?
I think until we finish our pile of books that we get.
Or are we just going to do one week out of the month for the following month?
Well, I was thinking since there's 12 weeks left, we can start with this week.
Okay.
And then this week we'll cover November. Next week we'll cover December.
Okay.
And then January. And then when you get to November, we can either redo it or have 2 free months.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'll write down what I'm going to read in November. Next week, I'll write down what I'm going to read in December. The week after in January. So, and then you can add to it or subtract whatever you need to do. And then November, December, catch up on everything you missed.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the books to the teams that I gave them to. And the only one I have to replace at this point in time is the winner counts for the Lions for the next week.
Yep. And that's what I did earlier. I picked up the next book on my shelf and replaced it with the Lion one.
And I think it might be Ash and Silver. I know it's a. I know it's a part of a series, but the thing is, it's the only book I have of the series.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't want to buy no more unless I read it and find out if I like it.
The good thing is they're all random the way I'm doing it. I'm just, okay, this book's here. The next book on the shelf is here. The next book. It's not going to be any order. It's not going to say, okay, if the Lions win every week, I got to read everything by this author throughout the year. You know, it's all random.
Right. I mean, here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. All those books that you see the white on.
Okay.
Those every book that is on the team that belongs to a team now.
Yeah, we can't cheat and tell you the name of them now, because then we know which team to cheer for.
Well, the thing is, now I was going to do it tomorrow. Do the live where we talked about it and show the books that's up for that could be the one that we could be reading.
We can do that on Sunday after we give our picks.
Yeah, or we can do it as we pick.
That is true.
We could do that too. I just got to grab them. I got them all laying here. I just don't have them in any particular order. Like you said, I just have a stack of them, and I have a sheet of paper, one the teams and one the books that are on the team. So I just got to throw them in some type of order. Take 10 minutes.
Down. I don't have I have them assigned to which games, but the books themselves aren't in any particular order because we don't watch the games in any particular order.
Mm.
Especially being the Jaguar game is like really super early.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the real early one.
Yeah, I got the book for that. Did I? Yeah. What? Hey, that's Jaguars and Falcons, right?
Yep. I can look that one up on map too.
The Jaguar game is, I guess, the Falcons.
Yeah, but I never looked to
Okay.
see which books I'm going to be reading depending on.
And it depends on which team I'm going for. So Jaguars, I got Witchwood Crown assigned to the Jaguars. And Falcons, I got the Chrysalis assigned to the Chrysalis. So.
Yeah, Falcons, if I can find them.
And the thing is, I can't remember which one I'm going for.
Yeah, now I got to find the Jaguars. I got them wrote even in the division. Now I still can't find them.
I didn't do that.
Okay. One is urban fantasy, and one is the best new horror anthology. So either way, one's going to be either urban fantasy or it's going to be a really long anthology.
Right. So I'm one ahead, but I'm not ready because me and Erica both have our one that we have to read now for November. But Erica gets to read hers in October if she wanted to.
Like I said, I think I'll wait till all the games are finished on Monday and then go from there.
Right.
And he's still pushing to try to finish the books he's halfway through already. So we can give it. You're more than halfway?
Yeah, I'm on page 300. There's 449.
We'll give you leeway. You got to finish that book first, then you can start.
Well, this book I'm reading, let's see. This one has 440, and I'm on 108. The Rage, there's 464, and I'm on page 400. So I'm trying to get rid of Rage by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, maybe next year we can do it in the order the games are on TV. Like all the noon games, you got to read first. All the 3:30 games, you got to read second. Sunday and Monday. That could really throw you off.
Well, in the way, that's what I'm planning on doing. Because Thursdays will be the first book I start the November out with. Then the Jaguar and Falcon game, that will be the second book if I win that one.
Okay, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Be back later if you're still on.
Okay.
I start trying to think of what the heck is BBL. I had to think about that a second.
Yeah, because it could have been standing for big black ladies or something.
I was going to say bring back leftovers.
That too. But yeah, I mean,
the announcement video, Mandy, we both have it on our stations for. We haven't even really got a name for it, or maybe you have got a name for it.
NFL is on.
Yeah, that's what I called it.
Yep.
I think that's what you called it too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But since we're doing that, going on and be doing it, the picks will be on both channels, on the sports channel and this channel at the same time. Since we're going to be talking about books along with the football. Oh, thing it was though. I am hoping for some really thin books of mine to be picked.
Even though I already got my picks wrote down, I'm going to go back and look over the books I assigned to it and highlight the one I'd rather read.
Every book I pick is what Paul would call a chunker.
Yeah, she's got a lot of chunkers. So.
Right.
I don't read small books.
Now, do we get to pick? Do we get to choose? Like next, like next week, like this week? I'm saying I'm picking all the winners that I chose.
Yeah.
If next week, I could I go with all the losers, or do
I'll
I
leave that up to you.
or do I stick with all the winners all through the 12 weeks?
Well, I'm not
Or you
gonna
could.
pick anymore.
How about we do a cheat code 1 month? A cheat code, you only have to do the ones that go into overtime.
Yeah, that'd be a good cheat code.
That'd be for January. That'd be 2 weeks from now. You only have to read the ones that go into overtime.
Well, I can't-
So that gives you January off.
Well, the thing is, I think if we're going to do that, whoever goes to an overtime, no matter who wins, that's the book you read.
Well, what I would do is if they both go into overtime, I'm going to push myself to read both books.
But some of us are only picking one book.
You tell them.
Well, you got to do one book and one diamond dot for that week or that month.
Oh, fuck that.
You got a week to read a book and do diamond dot.
You're trying to kill me.
But I was going to say, I don't do diamond dots. I couldn't see them.
Well, I figured that's her project. That's what she likes to do.
Yeah.
So she got to do one of those and a book in a week.
Well, I didn't put diamond dots on the list at all.
Well, what you do,
I added them.
what you do, Erica, is get a real small circle one.
She has the small square one she's working on now.
I know, but you said the square ones was harder than the circle ones.
Yeah, she thinks they are a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try a square one. It's too hard.
Okay. Imagine doing a jigsaw puzzle, putting it together, and they're all the same shape and size.
Yeah, that'd be too hard.
Right.
Mandy says hi.
Hello, Mandy.
Now, if they were the same shade, it'd be even harder.
Right.
No, because you got to put them in a particular way, and I've got to figure that out.
Now, I am planning on sometime later on tonight to have a reading sprints, if anybody's interested.
Yep. Instead of playing cards like we've done the last couple weeks and had a big meal, we're going to sit here and just chill out, watch movies all day tomorrow. I'm going to go out early. She plays her games early in the morning. While she's doing that, I'm going to run to the library. I just got a whole another haul that came in. So we go pick those up, come right home to sit and watch movies all day. Or at least until late afternoon. We usually cut it off between, 5, 6 o'clock, maybe before, depending on how far we get into
4 and
stuff.
5.
Because you get into a TV series, you just don't want to quit watching it.
Right. Well, I'm planning on doing I'll probably do reading sprints throughout the day tomorrow, like I usually do. But it's okay, for people not be there. It's just.
You'll be there in spirit, trust me.
Well, I mean, that's one good thing about this. It's not mandatory.
For every hour of your reading sprint, we have to watch one episode of a season we're watching. And all the episodes are like 45 minutes, so it counts.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's I'm hoping to get done with both these books by Sunday. Before Sunday. And
remember, you got till Monday night, till the end of the game Monday night.
Right, but no, I'm talking about to start because Sunday is the first, and I start my Sweet Night Marathon.
Yep.
On Sunday. So, and I'm going to start 2 books of that.
If you're Sweet Night Marathon, you never said You said that couldn't start early, but you never said you couldn't start late.
Right?
And he did mention if it's over 500 pages, you can start a day or two early.
Yes, I did.
All I heard is you couldn't start early.
Right.
You
That
missed
was
that
the
one.
original. That was the original.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that you're changing it up on me. I see how you are.
We're trying to give you options. You're just not listening.
I don't do the readathon. I got dragged into this NFL.
I think you're going to enjoy it, though.
But
See,
I'm a mood reader.
see, this way for next year, I'll get her diamond dots of the NFL teams. So every month she has to do a different NFL team.
I want two in particular.
Well, those are easy to find. I have been found a place online that only does NFL team logo, mascot, or mascots for diamond dots.
And if she gets punished, the NFL team that she does in Diamond Dots has to be Vikings, Bears.
No,
Yeah, you got to do the Broncos this week, there, Erica.
no, I only want two. I want the Ravens and the Seahawks. And I want to get those jerseys.
Well, I'll go with the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I
but,
always like the Seahawks. They've
But-
just never been high on my list.
but see, she said she'll do a diamond dot for me, so she'll do two for you, two for her, and I'll get her to do the other 30 teams for me.
The more you make me do, the more you got to pay me.
Yeah, but the thing is, do you really want the Vikings hanging on your wall behind you?
I can hang them upside down.
If you make me do the Viking ones, I am not responsible for how it turns out when it's done.
She's gonna instead of purple, she's gonna do it in pink.
Probably.
No, that fucker's gonna be all black.
Just think of it as a blank canvas. Do it any color you want.
That's why it's gonna be all black.
It's just gonna look like a black smear.
And the M will be upside down, so it'll look like Wisconsin.
It ain't gonna be even that. It's gonna be the whole thing's gonna be just black, top to bottom.
So you're going to join us in Blackout Bingo next year.
You said you guys said I had to do it. You didn't say what it had to look like.
That's right. Hey, I didn't say you had to do it. He did.
I'm giving you options, Erica.
I'm getting and I'm finding a loophole.
Trying to find a loophole. Okay, you can only do diamond dots for NFL of the year that they won the Super Bowl.
Well, that means I don't have to do the Vikings.
Yeah, but that means you probably have to do 6 Patriots.
You said
7.
only if they won the Super Bowl. You didn't say if I had to do all their Super Bowl wins.
That's
Okay.
That's in a
Okay.
loophole I didn't say talk about.
But to be fair though, since Diamond Dot is a new thing that people are doing, it's the Super Bowls from this year on forward.
Okay, from this year on forth.
Well,
One a year.
technically, the Chiefs won this year. The
Well,
Super Bowl is
Yeah.
in 2023, and the Chiefs won this year.
So she's telling me I can buy her a Chief one that
No, I'm telling you, he said for this year, and the
Right.
Chiefs won this year.
No, there wasn't no teams that won the Super Bowl this year because it hasn't been
For
played
this
yet.
season, the Super Bowl is until 2024. You
Right,
said this year, and the
Right.
Chiefs won this year.
the other one is February of 2023. So
Chiefs won the 2022 year season.
You have to
It was
say
just
this-
played in 2023.
You have to say this season, not the year, because I found a loophole.
Okay,
Oh,
the
winter-
season. We'll start this season.
Don't use
Oh.
my words against me.
Because you really don't want to do. You really don't want to do Diamond Dot of Kansas City.
Knowing my luck, the fucking Vikings would win.
That won't happen.
No, I'm gonna have the Bears do it. I'm gonna start paying off the referees.
I'm wondering if
And
what I'm really wondering is there going to be Raider fans there since it'll be played in Vegas.
you would think so,
I'm not saying they're going to play. I'm saying there could be a few there.
right? And Mandy likes the Chiefs. I can't stand that sissy boy that they think is the quarterback.
Oh,
I do
PM?
not like Mahomes no matter what. I'm sorry, I don't like that.
So instead of calling them PM, you're calling them PMS. And no, I don't know what his middle name is. I have no idea.
That's what makes this all great, because we have teams that we hate because of certain reasons. See, now Paul would agree with you with the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling them the 49ers. I'm calling it the 49ers. HERS instead of ERS.
Oh, it's Patrick LaVon McCombs II. So PLM.
PLM.
I didn't know he was the second. I have no idea.
But Mandy likes the 49ers too.
Yeah. And I talked to Nubs earlier. We know he's an Eagles fan.
Yep.
And they're still undefeated.
Everyone else says it on their jersey, whether the third, fourth, junior.
Well, there's only 3 undefeateds left, and how many teams are there left that haven't won? What is there, like 6, 8?
I couldn't tell you. I know Bears is one of them. Panthers another.
And haven't won Minnesota.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. I got Broncos, Bears, Vikings, and Panthers. So it's the 4 in the bottom that haven't won. And eventually, they're going to play each other.
Right. Yeah, that's coming up real soon. This week, I think there's 2. So
I know there's at least 1, and I'm waiting for Sunday.
And that just means that someone's going to get a 1 in front of them.
Somebody's going to look really bad.
It might be the only one they get the whole year, but they get 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I'm ready. Now the other book, I can't remember what it was. The other Clive Cussler book I've read, Dirt Pit. I know the Dirt Pit. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. But this one here, I'm enjoying more than I did that one.
Yeah.
Even though Dirt Pit is mentioned in this book.
See, and I'm not familiar with the Dirk Pitt novels. Mine was all Sam and Remy Fargo.
Right.
Because it reminded me of Indiana Jones, which I really love. The first movie. She preferred the second movie. But pretend Indiana Jones were husband and wife, and they have the archaeological adventures, and it's pretty much the same thing as the movies, except they're a husband and wife. So for me, it was interesting.
Right. In the thing is, I did last night what I should never do because I hate doing it, and I stopped it in the middle of a chapter.
What did you do that for?
I
just couldn't read anymore.
It happens.
I had to go to bed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever read a book, you you just loved it so much, and you got halfway through, you couldn't finish it. You just didn't like it no more.
No, I haven't had that problem yet.
I went through that, and it was like the first half of the book, I couldn't put it down, and then I got to the second half. It's like, okay, this is putting me to sleep. What do I do?
Right?
Yeah, I've never had that happen either.
Yeah. I never had that happen to me yet.
Oh yeah.
But I will say yet. Because it might happen.
Yeah.
Now, I have read books where it was a real good book and I just fell asleep, not because I wanted to, just because I was wore out and just fell asleep.
Get something to drink. Be right back.
And Mandy says she likes Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
That's my favorite. Especially the part that goes, kill the monkey brains. I have a question for you. Why? What is Flower's problem with me?
Nothing. She thinks it's. I mean, she's the only one that you are the only one she worries about beating her.
I mean, she's scared of me, and I don't know what I did wrong.
No, she's scared of your picks. Is what she's scared of.
But it's
Because she wants to beat you, but she don't think she can.
She's pretty sure she was ahead until she jumped in. So you.
I mean, it's not. It's not like I do anything special. It's not like I roll the dice or play cards or something.
No.
Paul gives me the list. I write them down. It's like, okay, Falcons and Packers. Okay, Packers. It's not like I do anything special.
Right. No. I think what she's trying to do is to just
She wants to stay on top.
Just joke around with you and have a little
rivalry.
So I think that's all that is.
But I still didn't do nothing wrong.
No.
Look at it this way: if you take your age, Erica, and reverse it, that could be Flower's age. That could be part of it.
84. I don't think Flower's 84, despite the fact she reminds us every day how old she is.
I meant if you go back a few years, maybe 64 is more closer to it.
Well, 64 is closer because she's 65 this year.
See, now that you're 2 years ahead, now she's scared of you.
Oh my God. Well, like I told you guys, I've been betting on games since I was a kid. My family used to bet on them all the time. So I got used to it. Like, say, okay, we're going to watch this game. Of course, I picked anything but Minnesota.
Right.
And very rarely did I lose.
Right. Now, me and my sister, we gotta go. I'll ask her what team you're going for, and she'll tell me. I go, okay, I'm going for the other one.
The only thing I really look at is I don't look at stats like all you guys do, but I have to realize after watching the games over time, I have to like the games, the teams that I really like. Can they really handle this team? I mean, I have to be honest with myself.
Right.
Like the Vikings-Panthers game.
Right.
I'd do anything to vote against the Vikings.
Right.
But I had to be honest with myself. They're better than the Panthers.
Just like the Bears and Chiefs, can the Bears really beat the Chiefs?
Exactly.
Well,
that's all he was doing.
But the thing is, any team can beat any team on any given day.
What games are you watching? Because from the games I've been watching, there are some teams that can't seem to do shit, like the Raiders.
I know, but I have to go with the Bears. Okay.
And the Giants can't seem to do nothing.
Give me a minute.
Oh,
Remember, he's in South Carolina, so he's got to be a Panthers fan, and we know how bad they're doing.
I'm a Panthers fan too, but you know
They
what?
just can't win.
You got to be honest.
I want to see the Panthers take on the Bears.
But then there are them games like last night, the Falcons and the Packers. No, Lions and Packers. You know,
Yeah.
it's goes either
Yeah, and
way.
Green Bay is so hard to determine. To me, Green Bay is like,
Yankee, you stole my shirt. Give it back.
I stole it fair and square.
I will notice one thing about Jordan Love. He said he studied a lot under Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers either had a really good game or a really bad game. Now, Jordan either keeps the game close or he loses really bad. He doesn't have that one big game yet.
Right.
So he hasn't got up to Aaron's level. He hasn't had that one big game. He'll win, but he'll keep it close or he gets slaughtered like they lost last night.
He's still learning.
Yeah, he's still learning. He is young.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I'll say he's a good quarterback for being a young quarterback and for playing for Green Bay.
Yeah.
So, well, supper's here.
And you didn't share.
You want to bite?
You know, I found a trick to chopsticks. You put the two chopsticks here, and you put a straw on each side and bend them, and it's easier to hold the chopsticks. That was an Asian guy that showed me the trick, and that worked in an Asian restaurant.
I never had no problem with them.
My son, he's a natural with them. From the first time he used one, he's been a complete natural with chopsticks. The rest of us are sitting here figuring it out.
But I just thought it was cool. It was an Asian guy in an Asian restaurant that showed me the trick with the straw. It's so much easier to hold.
I would have never thought about it.
And it don't even have to be a bendy straw. It could be Eddie straw because they fit right on the end of both of them. You stick the things in there like the Chinese traps, and you bend them, and you can hold them any way you want. They won't fall out of your hands.
The one time my sister took us to Ichiban, you know, you're going to use Chinese chopsticks.
Well, Ichiban's is Japanese.
Yes.
Get it right.
Yes. Yes. Excuse me. But anyways.
You got to get your Asian geography right.
But they said Chinese chopsticks. Excuse me. That's their terminology, not mine.
Yeah, that's wrong. You have Chinese chopsticks in the Japanese restaurant.
Anyways, after you're eating a while with them, they'll say, would you like to use American chopsticks?
What, a knife and fork?
Yeah.
Knife and fork.
That was their terminology, not mine.
Yeah, I've never heard that one.
Mm-mm. Nope, I haven't heard of. I've never heard of nothing be called American chopstick. Even though the fortune cookie is American, not Chinese.
Yeah.
See, I'd be the smart ass. I go, you can use all the silverware if you want, but you got to say it in Japanese. I'd be the smart ass.
It's the type of place where they cook your food right in front of you and stuff.
Yeah, Japanese.
That scared the crap out of me because the way they do it is flipping them knives and stuff, and I'm sitting like right on the side of them, like, keep back.
Well, you got to say he was pretty good at it. Even though I wasn't there, I've seen people that are pros at doing that stuff.
Yeah,
they can be 2 inches from you, and you can feel the heat. Never get cut or anything. They never splash anything on you.
No,
very professional.
I was too worried about getting hit with one of them knives.
I think they super glue it to their fingers.
Because they didn't use spoons or spatulas, they're using knives to cook with.
Yeah, And those are sharp knives too. Those
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna get off of here, finish eating, so I can start a reading sprint.
Okay. Enjoy your dinner. We'll see you during reading time.
Okay. And I hope everybody joins me.
Well, you
So
know
you all
we'll
have-
be there
well, if we know when we'll be there, we have to
after
have.
he finishes eating.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's going to take a while because he's using Chinese silverware with American food. So he's got.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm using Chinese silverware with Chinese food.
Oh, I thought he was using. I thought he was eating spaghetti or something with it.
No.
No.
Pick that up. Pick that meatball up.
Nope. Okay. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys here in a few.
Take care.
We'll see
Don't
you,
choke.
we'll see you as soon as you get done eating your goat fingers.
Okay.
Goat fingers.
It's more chicken legs.